Kevin Strybos was our fastest man in time practice earlier, but we're down on the start line ahead of MXGP qualifying. We're going to have a word with David Philipparts because I'm guessing you'll be riding through the pain barrier this weekend. There were reports that you had broken an ankle last time out in Lockett. I'm guessing because you're down here on the start line, nothing's broken, but what's the situation?
Yeah, the situation is, the ankle is broke a little bit, not much. But I won't try because it's the last GP in Europe, and I won't stay there because I'm one of the top rider in the world, and just for small injury it's not possible to stop, no. But we see today is pain too much. Tomorrow I don't know riding, but after this race I won't check better for tomorrow.
David, I want to reflect on your first year as a team manager, team owner, rider, everything, because considering it's your first year, a top 10 place in that championship is definitely not a bad way to start.
No, it's good. I'm very, very happy. And also before my injury in Lockett, we have a good race in Majora, but also in Germany and Finland and Sweden. And I'm so happy for my first year with manager and rider. And I hope next year is better because I have 1 year more, and why not put more for my team, also for me, for rider for next year.
Well, best of luck in this qualifying race. Thanks for talking to us. We'll see if we can have a quick word with Milko Polsek because also he had a nice result in race 1 in Lockett last weekend. You obviously pulled that whole shot. Have you got any plans yet for next year?
No, I'm still looking for a team for next year. I would like to do all the GP because I'm doing sand races, French Championship and GP, so it's a bit too much. So I would like to be focused 1 year to do only GP, and I would like to have a chance. I think I can do some great result.
Well, good luck in this qualifying race, and we're going to take a look at MXGP qualifying.
Some serious faces behind the start line in readiness for the MXGP qualifying race. Pretty warm and sticky though. Max Nagel there just trying to get his focus. And Sean Simpson, one of the most smoothest of sand riders in the world at the moment. There's Jeremy Van Hoorbeek wearing his Team Belgian helmet from the Motocross of Nations last year in Teussenthal with the number 5 on the side. Dean Ferris on board with him on the Red Bull Ice One Husqvarna, gets a good jump, but not as good as the number 12 of Max Nagel, who came across the 91 of Caro as Deruva swept around the outside, but it was Kevin Strybos who managed to hold on going through the first couple of corners. As Ferris just getting roosted just behind Tony Cairoli there. So the two Red Bull machines, the KTM of Cairoli and the Husqvarna of Ferris, buried just outside the top 10 on the opening lap. Through the wave section here, see Rui Gonçalves there, 999 on the bike at Cosworth Yamaha just ahead, as Kendon Dyker launching from out of nowhere on the number 9 Red Bull KTM as he started to charge through the front of the field. Kevin Strybos though on the Rockstar Energy Suzuki World MXGP machine number 22, and the 664 of Philip Bengtsson of Sweden on what is very much a private KTM. He got a great start and was pushing the Belgian in the early part of the race, the first 4 or 5 laps, as Sean Simpson got himself into 3rd on the Hitachi KTM and was looking to close these guys down. Was super smooth was Simpson the Scot. Tony Cairoli started to get his flow on as he went after Stephen Frossard in the battle for 4th place, and Jeremy Van Hoorbeek was never too far behind either. Bengtsson was riding a tidy race as it became a 4-way scrap for the lead. 22 Strybos, 664 Bengtsson, 24 Simpson, and the 222 of Tony Cairoli really had the crowd on their toes in this qualifying race. Van Hoorbeek and Frossard not too far behind either. Simpson eventually found a way through into 2nd as Philipparts, with that injured ankle from a week ago, decided to call it quits in the qualifying race. Simpson had his hands full as a hard charging Tony Cairoli moved himself up into 3rd place. as Bengtsson started to fall into the clutches of Stephen Frossard. Max Nagel was riding a steady race in 9th as Milko Podolzek pulled out of 12th. Podolzek riding the 2B Yamaha, of course. Kai Rowley, though, from out of nowhere, went from 3rd to 1st on lap 7, finding a way past the 22 of Strybos and the 24 of Simpson, and leaving those guys in his wake. Van Hoorbeek also found a way up into 3rd, demoting the Scot Simpson down into 4th. But it wasn't all plain sailing for Kai Rowley. Struggled to shake off the challenge from the 2 Belgians of Strybos and Van Hoorbeek. Sean Simpson, though, started to suffer in the second half of the race. Not sure entirely why. Whether it was a fitness thing, a lack of concentration, or maybe a slight problem with the machine, who knows? But Simpson would eventually come home in 7th. Kai Rowley, though, tried to get his head down. Thought about pulling away from the 22 of Strybos and the 89 of Van Hoorbeek. Ken de Dijker, though, he found a burst of energy in the closing stage of the race, went after and past the 183 of Frossard to get himself up into 4th. Paulin was in there as well, and both those guys eventually went past Frossard. So at this stage, Kai Rowley was leading the way, Van Hoorbeek was 2nd, Strybos was 3rd, de Dijker had got himself into 4th, with his teammate Frossard behind him in 5th, and Simpson dropping down into 7th place. The 111, Red Bull Ice One Husqvarna of Dean Ferris, rode a steady race, riding with some kind of bug, sickness bug, and she came home in 11th, just ahead of his teammate Tyler Rattray. But up front, it was all about Tony Kai Rowley. Came out of the final few turns, down past pit lane, and it was an easy win in the end for Kai Rowley. Van Hoorbeek was 2nd, Strybos 3rd, de Dijker and Paulin rounding out the top 5.
Tony, you're starting back on pole position tomorrow. There was a really nice move you made on Sean round here and again on Kevin. Tell me how qualifying went for you.
Oh, the qualifying went good. I had to bet a little bit bad start, so I had to come from a little bit from the middle of 7th, 8th place. So I had to. It was good actually for tomorrow to have a good line to see where you can pass. And but I'm happy like this. I know this track I like a lot, and I think it's gonna be tough because the track is already really bumpy, and tomorrow even more. A lot of classes, and but we are happy like this. Hopefully tomorrow we're gonna be a good race again.